Today I'm going to teach you a quick way to check for hot spots on your grill. Alright, so I just started the smoker up. In order to do this test, all you need is a loaf of cheap white bread. So go ahead and lay your bread out. Close your grill and ramp up the temperature. I'm going to set it up to 350. Alright, the pit just hit 350. Let's take a look at what our test results are. So I'm just going to flip these guys over. So you can see I got a hot spot right in the center of my pit, which makes sense because that's where my heat source is. Now I'm going to reset this test. I just flipped the bread over, and I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes while it's holding temp at 350, and we'll check again. Alright, so I don't want to wait much longer. It's been about 15 minutes. Let's take a look and see the results of this test. Alright, no real change from test 1 to test 2 during holding temp and while we're increasing temp. The hot spot's obviously in the center. I have seen some other folks with the Pit Boss 1100 series that have hot spots on either end. Apparently that's not my setup, so it's important to know where your hot spots are in case you're doing a long cook. You know, you may not want it right on top of that hot spot. You may want it off to the side somewhere. So another instance is if you got a long rack of ribs or a bunch of chicken cooking, you'll have to know where your hot spot is so that way you can move meat in and out of that spot. That's it for today. Hopefully you found this useful. See you next time.